Have you ever stopped to wonder what bees have to do with the milk that ends up in your bulk tank? It might sound like a stretch, but the connection between these tiny pollinators and your dairy cows is more important than you might think. I know, it sounds a little weird at first. Most people don't immediately link buzzing bees with the creamy milk in their fridge. But if you take a closer look at the farm ecosystem, you'll see how these two are actually working together in ways that might surprise you. Stick with me, because the relationship between bees and dairy cows is a fascinating one. And it's a story that goes far beyond just honey and hives. Let's start with the positive side of this partnership, which is all about growth, nutrition, and abundance. Bees are the champions of pollination. They're nature's tiny farmhands, working tirelessly from sunrise to sunset, moving pollen from flower to flower. Thanks to their hard work, the quality and yield of forage crops, like alfalfa, clover, and other legumes, get a major boost. These crops are the backbone of a high-producing dairy cow's diet, providing the protein and energy cows need to thrive. When bees are buzzing in the fields, pollination rates go up, and that means thicker, more nutritious pastures. The more flowers that get pollinated, the more robust and healthy the pasture becomes. Better pastures mean happier, healthier cows, and that's something every dairy farmer wants to see. And happy cows? Well, that leads directly to more milk in the tank. It's a simple equation. Better feed equals better milk production. In fact, studies have shown that well-pollinated forage leads to higher protein and energy content in the feed. This can translate directly to increased milk yield and even improved milk quality, with richer flavors and better nutritional value for consumers. But as with most things in farming, it's not all sweet honey and sunshine. There are a few challenges that come with this partnership. For one, bees and cows sometimes find themselves competing for the same resources, especially when pastures are overgrazed or not managed carefully. Foragers like bees can sometimes compete with cows for flowering plants. If the pasture is thin or the season is tough, both bees and cows might be left searching for enough blossoms to meet their needs. If bees are super active and graze down the blossoms, cows might have fewer flowers to munch on, especially during a bad year for growth. This can lead to less nutritious forage and ultimately less milk. There's also the issue of other insects. When you have a lot of bees, you sometimes attract unwanted guests, like hornets or wasps, that aren't nearly as helpful. Sometimes hornets or wasps move in, which can stress out your herd. Stressed cows are more likely to produce less milk, and they may even become more prone to illness. Stressed cows? Not great for milk production. Keeping your herd calm and comfortable is always a top priority. And of course, there's the risk of pesticide use. Farmers want to keep pastures lush and free of pests, but those chemicals can harm both bees and cows if not used with care. Pesticides can linger on plants and flowers, making them dangerous for bees to visit and for cows to eat. That's why it's so important to use safe, targeted methods and to always follow best practices for application. It's a balancing act to protect both pollinators and livestock. Farmers have to weigh the needs of their cows with the health of their bee populations, making careful decisions every day. So what's the bottom line? The relationship between bees and dairy cows is a partnership that benefits the whole farm, but it does require some thoughtful management. Bees can be a dairy farm's hidden asset, supporting the plants that fuel your cows and ultimately your business. Their work in the fields helps ensure that your cows have the best possible diet, which means better milk for everyone. But like any team, cows and bees need a little management to get along. It's about creating an environment where both can thrive side by side. Rotational grazing, careful pasture planning, and safe pesticide practices can help you get the best from both worlds. By moving cows regularly and allowing pastures to recover, you give both bees and cows the resources they need. When I look out at a field buzzing with life, I see not just bees and cows, but a partnership that goes right into the milk I pour on my cereal. It's a reminder that every part of the farm is connected, and that even the smallest creatures can have a big impact. So, next time you see a bee hovering above your pasture, remember, that little worker might just be helping fill your bulk tank, one flower at a time. Thanks for tuning in, and here's to healthy cows, happy bees, and plenty of milk. Let's celebrate the teamwork happening right under our noses every single day.